Hello, everybody, and I welcome you all to this video. So, this is part two of the play Waiting for Godot by Samuel Beckett. Now, looking at the themes, the common themes in this particular play, waiting is, of course, the predominant theme, and that is evident in the title as well. And the title is actually implicit of the fact that these two central characters, Estrogen and Vladimir, wait for Godot. Now, waiting is a very, very important theme in this play. And of course, importance is again another theme because they're not potent enough to do anything for themselves. They think that somebody else, like Godot, would come and help them do something in their lives. So that is again another theme. And another theme could be boredom. They're bored, they don't know what to do. So that could be another theme. And a very, very significant characteristic of the play is that language is broken and fragmented throughout the entire play. So, breakdown of language is again another important theme that Beckett tries to portray in this particular work. The next thing is suffering of being. You actually get to know about the suffering of the common man, the modern man. He is not able to do anything for himself, and he just suffers. And we see these two characters contemplating suicide, even. So, that is again another theme of the play. Now, the most important question that needs to be answered is who is Godot? Now, Godot is basically a very, very mysterious person. There are multiple interpretations to who Godot is. Some people think he's silence, some people think he's death, and some say he's God. So that's why it's Godot, which is an extended form of God, the word God. So that is again another interpretation. Um, so people say it's a weakened form of the word God, Godot. And some say it is also a mythical human being whose arrival can change the situation. It could be somebody like that as well. And for the two tramps, who's Godot? Godot for them is the hope of peace and rest. So he is a symbol of hope for these two tramps. Uh, it could be also an empty promise in a meaningless life. That also could be symbolic of Godot. Or it could also be an earthly ideal for a better social life, which is never coming. We're just waiting for it. And there's no upliftment. So that could also be symbolic of Godot. Now, talking about these two characters, Vladimir and Estrogen, like I told you in the previous video, Estrogen's nickname is Gogo, and Vladimir's nickname is Didi. Yeah. Now, Estrogen, for example, he is a very coward person. He suffers from nightmares. We read that in the novel, in the play, and he is afraid of a mysterious person who had beaten him. We don't, I mean, he himself doesn't know who the person is. So he was beaten up by some mysterious person. And he constantly needs the care and guardianship of Vladimir, we find in the play. Now, Vladimir, we see, is more alert and intelligent compared to Estrogen, but he feels himself helpless. Yeah. And they both represent the ordeal of waiting and their crosstalks and their conversations. They actually add to an element of comedy in this particular play. And talking about the structure, it is undramatical and it is highly theatrical. You don't find much action happening, so in that sense, it is undramatical. But it is highly theatrical because you find a lot of stage directions being written in this play by Samuel Beckett. And repetition is, of course, a very, very important tool that Beckett has handled in this particular work. And of course, contrasted characterization, wherein there are two characters who act as a foil to each other, Vladimir and Estrogen. And cross-talking of these characters, it is more intellectual and less striking in Act 2. And there are a lot of structural and verbal similarities that are present throughout the entire play. Now, this is Waiting for Godot, a very quick outline of the plot and the themes we've discussed in these two videos. So, in the upcoming videos, we'll look at another work. Thank you and stay tuned.